What's up, niche community? In this video, I'm going to give you the top 3 best methods on how to profit on the Roblox black market. Remember, you have to follow what I'm saying perfectly, but if you follow this video and you understand what you're doing, you can make some very solid money on the Roblox black market. Also, you need a crypto wallet and cryptocurrency to do this, so if you do not have a wallet and crypto, just stop watching this video right now. I'll just save you the time. But now, let's go with a very easy and simple method, the particle effect method. Okay, so this is a very achievable method, and here's what you do. You buy regular demand items from the stock or potentially somewhere else, but obviously the stock would probably be easiest. Then preferably you buy over 100k value worth of items just so you could actually make some decent profit. Hypothetically, yes, you could buy less, but it would be ideal to buy around 100k or more, ideally more. And then you trade them for particle items, specifically 8-bit Royal Crown, 8-bit Extra Life, 8-bit Roblox coin, and 8-bit HP bar. But the two best ones are the Royal Crown and the HP bar. The reason why I'm saying to get these items is because they have a lot of demand. For some reason, a ton of people want to buy them and they sell for inflated rates. You could obviously sell them on stock, but I recommend placing them on sale on websites such as limitedsmarket.com, Adderite, and Roleplace. Typically, people will go on these sites and buy those items for quite solid rates. You could probably sell them for like 3.5 to 3.8 rates with ease. If you buy demand for normal rates like 2.6 or so, you will profit a lot. Here's a way to break it down. If you buy 200k value worth of demand for a 2.6 rate, then you are paying $520. Then you get 6 8-bit Royal Crowns and some leftover stuff. You can maybe turn that leftover stuff into 1 HP bar. And then you resell the 6 crowns for a 3.6 rate, let's just say. And after selling those for a 3.6 rate, you will receive $690. And you sell an HP bar for a 3.5 rate and get $38. Now there are fees, but Limited's Market only has a 2% seller's fee. So if you sell from there, you still get $713 from the crowns and the HP bar. And even with Adderite's fees, you'd still be profiting like $160 or so. So either way, it's not bad profit considering you don't really have to invest that much. Now this process will take a bit of time, but selling them shouldn't take super long as these items get sold super quickly and there's very little effort involved with the selling process. The only thing that may take a while is trading for them. Now I'm not saying this is an amazing way to make money or anything. Obviously, like getting a job in real life would be a much more effective way to get money, but it is a way to make money pretty easily and having some fun doing it. It's a lot easier than working a job. And eventually, when you make enough money from this, you could buy any cool limited you want. Also, as you continue to profit, you could buy more and sell more and make even more profit. The more you make, the more you have to invest, the more you will profit. So that's method number 1. Pretty simple if you ask me. Now let's move on to the next method, which is setting up your own stock server. Now this is a bit more complicated and a bit more unachievable for the average person watching this, but that is because you won't really have that much stuff to sell, most of you. But you could always still grow your own stock server and sell items and build up a reputation for selling clean stuff, and always using halal middleman as well. And as you grow, you could source items for people. So if you know someone's selling a Valk, for example, for like a 2.8 rate, and they will be happy with a 2.6 rate on it, so you could get the other 0.2. And what you do is you post their Valk in your stock server, and if someone buys, you get a cut of the deal. Here's what makes this difficult. You need to build a reputation and have a pretty solid starting point. You can't start with like 100k in limiteds and expect this to really profit you. But if you start with a decent amount, it could be very profitable. People will typically pay a bit more for safety, as a lot of people just want limiteds to own and enjoy, not just to make a quick buck from reselling. Like Vaz or Clarista or Ferris, for example, they have limiteds they own or source and they post it in their servers and people try to buy from them. They sell for more than the items usually sell for, let's just be honest, but people pay for the minimal risk, which is very fair, and you could do the same thing. But I urge you, don't waste your time if you aren't starting with at least 500k, aka 1.3k USD. Also, you actually have to be a reputable person to do this. You can't like exit scam people and expect this to work. But I think that's given already. Okay, but that's method number 2. Both of these methods were super different, but both can make you profit if you know what you're doing / have the means for it. But before we move on to the final and most simple method possible, remember, if you don't have much money, if you have like $100 you want to start BMing with, I wouldn't even recommend BMing. I would just buy a limited for like a 2.5 rate and just trade. Just have fun and understand and learn how things work, because starting with $100 on the BM isn't really going to make you anything. At least gain experience trading, and then as you profit, you could move to the BM. But now let's move on to the third and final and also the most simple method possible. what the average person does, and that is just simply reselling in stock. Let me explain. So if you buy a limited item from someone, doesn't have to be from anywhere specific, and you buy it for a solid rate, let's just say a Valk for a 2.4 rate, and you think you could profit a bit from the sale, you go into the stock Discord server, the server invite is in my server, and the invite to my server is in the description. But you go into the stock Discord server and advertise your Valk and collect offers on it. Once you get an offer you like, you simply sell it. This is the quickest and easiest method, but there's not really a ton of room to profit unless you get the item for very cheap. Obviously, with bigger items, there's more room for profit, but not everyone here is starting with $10,000 or whatever. This method is extremely flexible because you could also buy from the stock for fair rates and resell on websites. You could resell any item on the websites. It doesn't have to be the same stuff as the first method. You could buy the Valk from stock for like a 2.5 rate and try to resell for profit on the website. You could also buy some limiteds, trade up, and profit a bit, then sell those new limiteds on stock. Then you could rebuy different items. Here's another thing you could do in stock. You could upgrade your limiteds easily. It's called item plus USD. So say you have a Valk and you want a classic fedora. You find someone selling classic fedora and ask them if they do Valk plus USD, and if they want a fair amount, then you could just do that. Let's say you had like $400 with the Valk, you could have the classic fedora. This gives you a larger item that is easier to profit off of and makes you more profit, and you could eventually resell after making some profit with trading. This method is extremely flexible, and it is good to use stock to your advantage because there's so many different ways you could profit with it. This isn't even method number 3 at this point. This server allows for so many different methods to profit, and honestly you could just figure out which way you want to go. But before you just hop into stock and start bothering people and asking them a bunch of questions, you have to actually know how to use the server. Luckily I have a video about how to sell on the stock Discord server, and when buying from stock, always use hello middleman, and when selling, always use hello middleman too. I have a tutorial on how to use hello and it's posted on my channel. After this video, go watch that one. Also, one more thing. You need to understand how trading works and how the black market works. Yes, I have videos on that and they will help, but the most helpful way to understand is from experience. Do not waste your money and time on the Roblox black market until you actually understand what you're doing. If you have to ask a million different questions, then the odds are you aren't ready to spend a bunch of money on limiteds. So here's your checklist before you do any of these methods. Learn a lot about Roblox limiteds and trading. Learn about how the Roblox black market works. My videos will help a lot for that, but understand what items go for, how to speak to people, and how to avoid scams and what scams to look out for. Luckily, I have a video on the scamming part, but also you have to know how to use hello middleman, which I obviously have a video on, and how to use the Rollymon's Discord server and website. Now, before we end this video, if you want the 3 most risky, yet also the 3 most profitable methods on the Roblox black market, leave a comment asking for them, and if there's enough interest, I'll make a video on that. But that's all I got. If you're unsure what to do, I have lots of videos on the Roblox black market that you can learn from. And of course, you could always ask questions in my Discord server, and myself or other members will respond to you. And the link to that is in the description down below, of course. But that's all I got for you, and I'll see you in the next banger.